this is Pig for Life. In today's P4L review, we'll be taking a look at GCI Toys GCI-04 Rex Hip Armor-Up upgrade kit. And as you can see here, we have MMC's Feral Rex, and you can get a good shot of him with his hip armor already installed, the GCI hip armor already installed. And this is a resin upgrade kit, resin molded kit that is a really easy kit, but really does shape up really nicely the side hip skirts, which are kind of flimsy on MMC. One of the things that I really didn't like about MMC's release, even when it first came out. So this is what the hip skirt looks like. As you can see, it's already nicely attached. It's firmly attached. You still get a lot of the same articulation that you would get with the hip skirts, the default hip skirts. However, you get a lot more of a beefy silhouette. So let's go ahead and actually take off this one side. So it's just held on by friction. So we'll go ahead and take that off. And then here you're going to get a really good view of how well this shapes out the midsection here, as opposed to the default, which is this piece here. One of the things I really disliked is you always had to kind of conform using these double hinges to kind of make this hip skirt, side hip skirt, look like one entire piece. But anytime you touched it, it would go up or down, and then you'd always be readjusting it. And you usually grab around the waist area to adjust the figure, so it ends up being, you know, naturally a spot where you're gonna mess it up a lot. But when you have this installed, it ends up being very firm, and you're able to pick it up and adjust the figure without having to readjust the hip skirts, or you can do it very easily. So let's take a quick up close look at the kit itself. And the kit comes in two pieces. So this is his left skirt, and we'll just leave that other side on. Here, let's zoom down here so you can get a little bit better look at the actual molded piece. And one of the first things I noticed when I got it out of the bag is that this is actually quite hefty for a piece, because it is solid resin. It's actually quite heavy, like not heavy in the sense that, you know, die cast heavy, but really sturdy, and it's actually really thick. So you're not feeling like it's gonna flex or anything at all. This thing is a big solid chunk, which is nice. The inside is kind of messy looking, but because it is, you know, kind of a garage kit, but it does do a really good job of actually staying on. You're not gonna be able to see it very well on camera, but the way you are supposed to be able to tell which one is the left skirt and which one is the right skirt is on this inner edge here. And again, because it's black and because it's such a tiny bit of writing, it's a hand etched L is on this side, and there's obviously a hand etched R on the other piece. But that's how you're supposed to tell. The easier way to tell is actually just looking at it from here. You can see there's a longer side here than a shorter side here. The longer side is supposed to be facing forward. Taking a look at the rest of the piece, most of it is really well done, really solid, has some molded details deep down in here, has a little notch here, some molded details there, as well as a little circular detail. This is another way you can tell. There's a circle here, molded circle, and a little line coming that points kind of towards the front, and it's the opposite for the other hip skirt. The one thing I will say about this, and this is actually something they're correcting, is that it has this sample I have, and this is the sample, has a unsightly seam running across here, which you'll notice on both, but they're actually correcting this in the final release version, so you can ignore that. But right now that's what it looks like, so I wanted to at least point that out on this sample, so you're not worried about it being the case for your final one. And these are supposed to come out in the March time frame, so very soon. So let's actually go into quick installation. I'm actually going to just take off his arm. So again, looking at the side here, look, I just never really liked this part of the hip skirt, and it just looked really small. So the way you install it is you make use of this little notch. Again, this is going to be kind of hard to show. This notch in here, there's like an indentation, and the indentation, this kind of semicircular cylindrical piece, and that's going to nestle into here. So this notch, this tab kind of goes into this bottom notch, and then this cylindrical piece will go into the rest. Actually, it's a bit easier to show you from the back, and I'll untab his little butt plate so you can see that. So once you get this in like so, you can just press on the top part against the leg, and you'll hear it clip into place nice and securely, and it feels very solid. There's no play whatsoever in the actual connection piece, and I was really surprised at how solid this connection is. And like I said, while there is that kind of unsightly inner molding, you don't see any of that at all. And even that side seam, you don't really, that side seam that I pointed out, you actually don't really see that at all when you have this positioned. And again, you still get some articulation going up and going down. And it looks really good, especially on the tallest setting for Rex, which is what I have right now. But you can move them out and collapse it to the middle setting, or even the lowest setting. The lowest setting looks a little goofy in the sense that because it has to make room for the legs to collapse in, it does make him have like a really wide hip, like childbearing hips. I recommend, if you're going to use it on the tallest setting. So I think that's really it. It's a very simple upgrade kit, but one that I really do like, and the color matches extremely well. It has that glossy finish to it, which matches the glossiness of the Feral Rex plastic. And I did want to mention that they are going to make two different sets available. One for Feral Rex, the standard Feral Rex in this black here that you see on screen, and they're also going to have another set for Nero Rex. So if you got that TFCon Nero Rex exclusive last year in 2015, they're going to provide an option for you to select that color as well to be color matched. So I don't have that set with me, just because I don't even have a Nero Rex to use it on. But if it's matched as well as this is matched here, it's going to be pretty seamless. And one other thing I wanted to point out, just because they are doing another run of these, are the sharp claws. And these are the upgraded fingertips that are pointy. And I still have these as my default. I do have the, what is it, Professor Heisenberg fingers, but I never liked those just because they looked really bad when you just stuck them on. So the Sharp Claw set, which I think they're doing another run in March as well, and you can pick both of those up at the GCIToys.com website. So yeah, that's it for this review. Just a quick review and installation for this nice upgrade kit for Feral Rex. If you have any questions or comments or something I might have missed, go ahead and leave them below in the comments section as always. If you liked the review and it helped you out at all, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, or share button. I'd really appreciate that. And as always, if you want to keep up to date with all my news and reviews, you can follow me by clicking that subscribe button or on Facebook at Pig for Life Reviews. Alright, that's all for today, everyone. Have a good one.